Welcome to Module 2 of the Behavior Mastery Challenge. My name is Mason I.B. West. In Module 2, we will be looking at your why, understanding your why. Research has shown that in life, whatever your goals, whatever your targets, you will need only 5% of how to achieve that target, but you will need 95% of why if you want to get that goal accomplished. You know, almost a lot of times in life, there is an assumption that most people think that the reason why they have failed to overcome anything or achieve success in life, as a matter of fact, in particular, the reason why they have failed to overcome an addiction is because they have not discovered how to overcome it. But they lied. The truth is that just like most people think that they failed in life because they have not discovered how to succeed, it is not the absence of how to do it that stops people. It is the absence of why they should do it. And the reason is simple. The reason is because as soon as there is a will in life concerning anything, then there is a way. As soon as there is a why, there is a way. If there is a why, the why will generate the will will create the way. So why you want to be free from an addiction is more important than how to deal with it. As a matter of fact, by the time we are through with this course, this program, this experience, you will realize that the things we are going to be sharing as to what it takes to break free from an addiction, they are things you always knew. But why is it that you couldn't utilize them? You don't have a reason why you should use them. That's why you think they are not sufficient. Go into the business world. One thing that is a common denominator is that most people who are first-class graduates, most people who have the skill set, who have the know-how, who have certification and education, most of them they've been trained, they've been, educated to wait for somebody else who has the why to set up the business, set up the idea, furnish it, put all the factors in place and all the facilities in place, then they just come and sit down and work. You will realize that most of the people who have set up the businesses, opened the industries, are people who do not have the skill sets. They don't have the know-how. They don't have the technicality. They just know why. Most of the people who have set up the businesses, the industries, don't even have the best of education. In fact, almost a lot of times they are they passed out of school, they have third degrees, sometimes they have third class, sometimes second class lower. Life has pushed them to the corner, and so they had to dig out. They just knew they had to succeed. They just knew they have to make it. They know why they must make the money. They know why they must succeed. And all they do is that they pay those who know how to do it. They pay those who have the skill sets while they know why. So in business, in corporations, the people, the chief executive officers, the managing directors, the top cadre in those establishments, they know why. They spend 95% of their time engineering the why, and then you just get these people to do all you need from them to take care of 95% of the how. You focus on 95% of the why. The why includes the vision. The why includes the idea, the concept. The why includes where we're going, the clarity of picture about the fact that in 10 years we must get to XYZ destination. In 10 years, we must accomplish the following feat. How are we going to do it? You get them people to do it. So those people who have the skills don't know why. They just know how. Those people who have the ideas, the concept, the business, they don't know how. They just know why. I just said all that to establish one fact, that you don't need how. As soon as you have the why, you don't need why. As soon as you have the why, you will engineer the how. It's always the case. So the question today and in this model is, do you think you have a reason strong enough to want to be free from addiction? Because the day you have a strong reason to be free from addiction, nobody, nothing, no circumstance can keep you enslaved to a lifestyle. If your reason is not strong enough, then you will not be willing to pay the price and to do the needful to be able to succeed. You must let it be ringing in your head. Do you even have a reason why you want to be free? How is the steps to take to freedom? Why is the reason why you want to be free? This is so important. If your why is strong enough, then your how will never be a problem. If your why is not strong enough, then any little obstacle will stop you. That's how it goes. If your why is strong enough, no obstacle can stand on your way. It's like you facing a fire emergency and there appears to be no way out. But as soon as you determine, make up your mind that I'm not going to die, that you must stay alive, there is a sense in which the body will release its own adrenaline. It will shoot out of your system and it will make you pass through holes and jump through impossible paths to your survival. Do you want to be? Are you sure that you want to be free? Wisdom says, as soon as there is a will, like I said, there is a way. If you look at the Bible concerning the Lord Jesus Christ, the Bible says, for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross and faced a criminal death. There was a joy set before him. What do you stand to gain from your freedom from addiction? If what you stand to gain doesn't make sense, you will not be willing to pay the price. If you do not have an overriding reward, benefit, glory, if you can't envision a glorious future that freedom from addiction portends, promises, you will not be able to pay the price. So the question is, do you even want to be free? If you want to be free, then pencil down why you want to be free. The purpose of this model is for you to engage. You have to create it. Is to engage your visionary capacity, your ability to see an enviable future. Now let me give you two examples. Number one, let's see how to define our why and answer the following questions. Number one, what is pursuing you in life? What is pursuing you in life? For example, if a cat or a lion is after you, it will define how fast you run. But if nothing is after you, you don't even have enough reason, enough why to take the profound steps that are required to navigate your way to victory. Listen, When a cat is chasing after you, you can stroll. Of course, you can kick the hell out of it. But when a lion comes after you, you don't want to know what it is that you are going to do. The question is, as what you are struggling with by way of an addiction, has it hindered you in any way? Has it deprived you of anything and you can't wait to break out of it so that you can recover the things it has taken or deprived you of? Has addiction damaged someone in your life? So first of all is deprivation on yourself. Unfortunately, sometimes addiction could be causing a lot of damage in your life. You're not aware, or you choose to act like it doesn't exist. Then take it to the next level. Is there anybody in your life, in your circle of influence, someone you know that has experienced what you could describe as some kind of permanent damage in their lives, and you don't ever want to find yourself in that kind of situation? For some people, they've gotten a revelation of hellfire. For religious folks, for Christians, they've had some kind of revelation or encounter or explanation or intuitive understanding of eternal hellfire or eternal damnation or eternal consequence, and they can't stand a life in hell forever. Different people define. We're talking now about how to define your why. Different people define, create, conceptualize their why based on different basis. So you want to be able to do that. So the first was, what is pursuing you? The second way to define your why is by asking and answering the question, what are you pursuing yourself? If you cannot identify what is pursuing you to make you want to break out of addiction, to make you want to get rid of an addiction so that it doesn't mess with you, you want to also define your why based on your own visions, your own goals, what you are pursuing, what are your targets in life. If the target you're pursuing, if your vision in life is not big to the point where it depends on your freedom from that lifestyle to be able to enjoy that great dream, then you will not develop the kind of drive necessary for breaking free from addiction. The key word here is that there has to be an overriding glory that your freedom from addiction depends on, for you to muster the courage, the drive, the determination, the commitment to pursue your freedom. So you want to take a piece of paper right now and begin to write what is pursuing you or what you are pursuing. The question is, are you pursuing any vision, any goal, any dream, or any life purpose, and this addiction can stop you from fulfilling the same? Don't deceive yourself. Don't act like somebody would die. People will normally say, something must kill a man. Excuse me, something must kill a man, but a man should not stupidly submit to things killing him before his time. And so an addiction either stops you from getting to your destination, or it allows you to get there, then it messes up the success even after you get there or got there, and you don't want to do that. This brings us to the next area, which is your non-negotiable. If you're going to break free from an addiction, then you want to clearly define 3 critical areas of your life, because those 3 critical areas are defining points for achieving any goal in your life. They are your non-negotiables. Number one, if you're going to achieve any goal, for example, breaking free from an addiction, then you must clearly define your objective. Where am I going? What are my targets? What is my vision? What I want freedom. I don't like the guilt that comes, because guilt is a negative emotion that demoralizes. It deflates. It brings negative energy that does not allow me to be at my best as I do life. What is your vision? You must clearly define what your goal is. And in this case, I want to come out of same-sex attractions. I want to come out of masturbation. I want to come out of pornography, drugs, cigarettes, whatever it is. The next thing you want to define is, what are the people, what are the things, where are the places that I need if I must achieve this? Non-negotiable number one, clearly defined objectives. Non-negotiable number two, attracting the right people and the right places and the right things that are needed to take you to your destination. So take a piece of paper, write them down. If I must break free from this lifestyle, who are the people that I need to bring into my life? Could it be mentors? Could it be a support system? Could it be a community of people of like minds who want to achieve the same thing? Community of like minds of people who already have achieved it. Is there a place I need to go? Is there a school? Is there a motivating environment? Is it a church? Is it a community of people? So you want to know the people, you want to know the group or places, you want to know the things you need. Are there resources that I need? Could these resources be motivational materials, videos, audios that talk about developing stamina, strength, personal development, breaking free from lifestyles and addictions? What are the things I need? Take a piece of paper, write them down, and go for them. Don't just write them down. Go for them. The third and the last is, you want to eliminate the wrong people, the wrong places, and the wrong things. For everything you want to achieve in life, there are people you must avoid. There are places you must avoid. There are things you must avoid. So you want to write it down. It could be people who do those things with you, who encourage you, your support system for making those things, negative things happen. You want to cut off from them. It could be a place, a group, a drinking parlor, a football viewing center, a club. It could be anywhere that whenever you go there, it has a way of creating the environment that supports, that engineers, that enables. So you want to avoid enablers. Number three, what are the things you must avoid? For some of us and the kind of addiction we're dealing with, we must put an end to our access to Android phones or internet-enabled devices. We might have to do that for 6 months. We might have to cut off from whatever helps us. We might have to cut off from a club, from a group, from a football team, from an association, from an organization. There must be a thing to cut off from. There must be a place to cut off from. There must be a person or group of people to cut off from. Write it down and make a commitment right now to cut it off. If you don't do it, forget it. You can't maintain the wrong relationships with wrong places, people, and things and expect freedom. Until you put these three factors in their proper perspectives, you cannot generate the why and the force that you need to knock off the things, the people, and the places that are necessary for your success. When your why becomes strong enough, now let me tell you, this is probably the most difficult part of breaking free from an addiction. To develop the energy, the resolve, the strength, the motivation to cut off from people, excuse me, your life has only been making meaning because of those people. These are a community of support system. That is why, as you are cutting off from the negative ones, you need to replace them with the positive ones. Nature allows no vacuum. If you cut off from the wrong people, places, and things, if you don't replace them with the right people, places, and things, you're going to create a vacuum that will swallow you up. A vacuum that you can't handle, that will take you back to the addiction or places and things, and it could be worse. So you want to be strategic, and that's where you need help. You need support. You need to ask for it so that we can guide you if necessary. So that a new community is placed. Nature allows no vacuum. It is why when you try to break out of a thing and you create a vacuum, when it comes back, it can be worse. So you want to create a new community that engages you, a new place, a new support system, new things, new activities to help you engineer the architecture, the structure, the system that will enable you to deal with this. It begins with making sure what you will gain from being free from addiction is so overriding, so beneficial, your life so depends on it. Otherwise, you will not be able to generate the force required to disconnect from things that are different. It's so important. You can be in bad company and expect to succeed. As soon as you choose your company, whether it's a person, whether it's a place, whether it's a team, you've made your choice to fail or to succeed, whatever your goal is. I believe that this has provided clarity, and we've come to the end of Model 2.